YouTube. Squeaky straps really annoy me already. So here it is. Been talking about these before. Graffiti Caster #1 by jpax. Yes, so this has been hanging on my wall for a week now. The more you look at it, the better it gets. Had this great idea using these cool white plastic strap buttons. And even though this is actually a leather-ended strap, it's still squeaky because of the stupid plastic, which I thought looked cool, but oh, doesn't seem to be doing it anymore. Good stuff. It must have not been on properly. Yeah. So currently this is sitting. I couldn't be bothered working on the actual neck that came with this guitar because it needed a nut and stuff. So I put on stuff I had lying about. This is a 1987, I think it was, Fender Japan Strat neck, and these two pickups are from that as well. This pickup is a DiMarzio stacked thing. It's the CTS pots and all that. Hold on a second. Sorry. Yes, where was I at? Yes, so it's got CTS pots to put the expensive stuff in it. This is a Mexican Fender bridge. The scratch plate actually I got off a guitar I bought in the Barras for a tenner. I can't remember which one what kind it was. Just a scratch plate. It's only held on with a couple of screws. So, but I mean, didn't these things turn out well? Jen's actually done another one. I put a clear scratch plate on it because this design kind of goes in below the scratch plate. There were bits where I was thinking, I do actually, that's it there. I did this before for a psychedelic guitar, and I'd kind of cut off bits of the scratch plate so you could see in behind. I tried various ways of doing it. I ended up doing it like kind of like that, you know, with sort of curvy bits, because if you just cut straight lines it look rubbish. So, and I've still got a warming lipstick pickup, which I'm keeping for something. Been a couple of years. Something's getting that lipstick pickup, which is awesome. It had it in with two Seymour Duncan Invader type pickups, and it didn't fare brilliantly with them, to be honest. It was you kind of had to have two very different sounds set up. One which was Seymour Duncan Invaders, or Chinese copies, so death metal, and the other one was lipstick Dan Electro pickup. So you kind of had to have a pedal to put on with, otherwise you just couldn't hear it. The volume difference was so great. Anyway, yes. So these things look great. I've got a pile of other guitars I want to put through as well. That's what playing to the Orange TH30. I'm now using the 3x12 cabinet. Got a bit of reverb on, and it's very stratty. Neck pickup. Position 4 for the sort of in-between sounds, which I don't have on that white one. So I don't really know what to do with this. I mean, the thing is that this guitar is probably worth tons of money. It must be worth tons of money. But this was the initial plan where this was, I was fixing a pal's shed. She's like, I'll paint it. Do you want this guitar? So she picked it up at a car boot sale. And I was like, yeah, cool. I'll turn it into a bucky caster. She's like, I'll turn it into a bucky caster. I was like, really? She's like, so what's a bucky caster? I was like, well, it's just kind of like you paint it green with a yellow scratch plate and stuff. She's like, well, I'll do something. Didn't really end up looking like a bucky. Though technically it is actually started off as a bucky caster. But I mean, way better than that. As soon as I started seeing it coming to bits, it was like, I'm not selling that. I'm keeping that. And then it became, well, I'll take round my wee red bass, because I really like that bass, and it's just like, it's just red. And it's like, also the idea of not having a scratch plate kind of made it a bit different. Wee bit of a Tube Screamer overdrive with the TC Electronics L Campbell. Bridge. Yeah, so I mean, these strats are awful good. I mean, this kind of goes to show that the body doesn't really make any difference. I'm going to do some work in the neck pocket. It's actually quite a good fit, but it's been messed about with in the back of the pocket of whatever guitar this was. So I've kind of literally got a lollipop stick. The other bit, the bit that's cut off this lollipop stick. I'll be honest, I did actually buy a packet of ice lollies was it last year? Probably last year when it was hot. Well, the thing is, it was quite hot and I quite fancied some ice lollies, but it was like pure lollipop sticks. So I kept them all. So these lollipop sticks were actually eaten by me last year. And I kept the sticks because they're handy. Yeah, so it's got a bit of a wedge in it, so I do a wee bit of work on that to get it perfect. But I mean, it's plain. Even at that, you know, the idea of having, you want to have proper contact along the whole length of it. Yeah, you probably do. Maybe makes it 1% better or something like that. But even the way it's playing just now, it's fine. I do need to adjust it a wee bit as well. It's a wee bit jaggy handy. And I need to get a trem arm for it as well. It's currently just set as a soft hardtail, you would call it. But I'm now getting to the point of, if it's going to be a strat, it's got to have I mean, I suppose I've kind of got a couple of strats now. That's my strat. It's only got a 3-way switch on it. And then I've got the Japanese one with the photo flame on it, which could really do with a paint job. And then I've got this one which I bought, which was I paid very little money for what it was. It kind of was painted. If you imagine it being like this but badly done, it was kind of look like that. The scratch, I've still got the scratch plate kicking out somewhere. I meant to send it back to the guy and I forgot. As I said, I'm a bit of a Japanese snob, so I'm actually reading that Paul, the guy, the leader in the blues band I joined, or I'm dipping in, gave me a couple of books, and one of them was the Squire book I was reading, but that's quite interesting. I didn't know that Fuji Gen, who made this and that and that and that, made Fender Japan, actually set up, because when the yen doubled in value or something like that, so all the guitars became expensive around about 84 or 85 or something. That's why Japanese guitars suddenly sort of kind of stopped then, or they made the much more expensive ones after that because the price had doubled. But Squire went to Korea and weren't really happy with things are going, so they actually started up making stuff in Mexico, and it was Fuji Gen, like 10 of the management took over machines and showed them how to build guitars in Fuji Gen. So the actual first Squires, the Mexican Squires, were actually built by Fujigenish equipment and stuff and methods, which they survived. The plan was they were going to make the Squires in Mexico for the Japanese market, but they failed the quality inspections for the Japanese market, so they basically split up. But it was Fujigen that set up the Mexican factory. Isn't that interesting? Yes. But so they should have been churning out ones like this, which they were making the guitars and they weren't passing the Japanese things. They're using their equipment, but you're not doing it quite well enough. But I mean, which is kind of like basically what a Mexican Fender is to a Japanese one. Kind of just like sort of the same, but just didn't spend quite enough time on it. I have turned into a Strat fan these days, but I mean, just having one that looks good. I mean, that one that Eric Clapton famously, I remember seeing that, I don't know, when would that be, 20 years ago. He had one with like different coloured bars. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Is that fucking like as cool as this? My God, all his was like a red bit and a grey bit and a white bit. You're like, no, this is just like completely unique. I'm actually enjoying just looking at it there. It's definitely got a turquoisey sort of vibe going on about it, and I think it works quite well with the maple fingerboard. What's happened to me recently in the past month, actually, it's me. I've joined a blues band playing bass. I'm playing a Strat. I'm now using a reverb thing and a tube screamer. It's like, it's Scott was trying to get me to like Stevie Ray Vaughan. I still don't like Stevie Ray Vaughan, but I'm going. I'm kind of clearly going in that direction somewhere. And I've got a Leonard Skinner t-shirt. The guy with the stall next to Jen's car boot thing, that apparently was thrown out a couple of t-shirts. So Malcolm will have them. It's like, damn right I will. Yes, Leonard Skinner, that's all right. We used to play That Smell in one of the bands I was in. That was my favourite one. And I always remember my pal going, that smell, it's obviously sausages, isn't it? And I'd be like, yeah. So, ooh, that smell, the smell of sausages in the morning. Fantastic. I'm also going to start liking the Strat bridge pickup. Okay, this is a stacked DeMarzio one, but it's like it basically means it sounds the same, but it's not as noisy. But definitely got a thing. Okay, so video one, you're not going. Who's trying to do 4 videos all in one sitting? So because they're going away. I would never be doing that. So this one, the wee red bass. And a bit of a jam with both of them would be good. And maybe for my simulated live stream, because I won't be on Sunday, I'm going to point out something again. Alan and Bucky Reid's like, what is that guitar with the white outline on it? I keep seeing in the back of your videos. I want it. What is it? So I'm going to I'll talk for a minute on all the guitars that are in this room just now. That'll be like a Sunday stream where it's basically you can just get drunk really quickly, and then hopefully by the end of it you'll be unconscious. Rocking. So see you part 2 or 4 or. Do you know what I mean?